Hello students, let us resume with the topic semiconductors. In last lecture, we discussed about the concept of energy level and energy band. On that basis, materials are classified into three groups, namely metals, semiconductors and insulators. So semiconductors are the materials whose electrical conductivity lies between the electrical conductivity of metals and insulators. सेमीकंडक्टर मटेरियल के कुछ और फीचर्स भी है. Normally, the elements from fourth A group of periodic table are considered semiconductors, or the elements from 14th column of periodic table are considered as semiconductors. Tetravalent elements are considered as what? Semiconductors. Materials whose valence orbit is half filled are considered as what? Semiconductors. See, these are the elements from fourth group of periodic table: carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. Out of these elements, silicon and germanium are commonly used semiconductor materials. Carbon is not used because electron revolves very close to the nucleus. It is tightly bound to the nucleus, so conduction is not easily possible. Tin, less availability, not prefer. Lead, this is the last element of periodic table which is considered the stable. After that, radioactivity starts, so it is also not preferred. Silicon and germanium, these are commonly used semiconductors, so they are also called as what? Because they are available at low cost and available on a mass scale. They are also called as what? Fundamental semiconductors or basic semiconductors, because nowadays gallium arsenide phosphide, gallium phosphide, these combinations are also used as a semiconductors. Since they are the combination of two, so they are called as the derived semiconductors or obtained semiconductor or compound semiconductor. What additional feature they give? They are the fluorescent one, so they can emit the visible light when they are in a conducting mode. Okay, today let us discuss about basic semiconductors. Now, basic semiconductors are also divided in two groups: germanium and silicon in extremely pure form. This group is called as what? Pure semiconductors or intrinsic semiconductors. There is one more group available. In that group, silicon or germanium are doped with some impurity for some purpose, and newly formed semiconductors are called impure semiconductor or extrinsic semiconductor. So semiconductors are classified in two groups: intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. Let us discuss very first about intrinsic semiconductor. So germanium or silicon, they are the semiconductors available in an extremely pure form, so called intrinsic semiconductor. Let us see crystal structure of germanium or silicon. किसी एक का देखते हैं. For germanium, how many valence electrons are available? Are 4 in number. If 4 valence electrons are available, then each germanium atom form 4 covalent bonds with 4 neighboring germanium atom. So this is how per germanium atom 4 covalent bonds are formed, and at low temperature all the 4 valence electrons are engaged by each germanium atom and octet rule is obeyed. So this is a pure semiconductor or intrinsic semiconductor. When you apply the potential difference to such a semiconductor, free electrons are not available in a structure, so conduction of electricity is not possible. Hence, at low temperature or the 0 degree Kelvin temperature, यानी -273 degree Celsius temperature, free electrons are not available in a structure, so conductivity is not possible. Hence, intrinsic semiconductor at low temperature or at 0 Kelvin are considered as perfect insulators. Right? Okay. If temperature is increased, with increase in temperature, some of the covalent bonds are broken. Due to breaking of covalent bond, two electrons become free and two deficiencies of electron, let me call the holes, are produced. If you apply the potential difference and simultaneously temperature is increased, free electrons are available, positive deficiencies are available, so conduction take place. But this conduction of electricity is to some moderate extent. Beyond that, not possible. And for intrinsic semiconductor, majority carriers are not available because free electrons and as well as the positive charges are always equal in number. So intrinsic semiconductor always has moderate value of electrical conductivity. Now, in order to increase the conductivity of such a semiconductor, either free electrons should be more in number or deficiency of electron called hole, called positive charge, should be more in number. Precisely, either the free electrons should be the majority carriers or holes should be the majority carriers. So in order to increase the either majority carrier and hence the conductivity, impurity atoms are added to pure semiconductor and they are added in a control manner. Control manner means for every 10 raised to 6 pure semiconductor atoms, one impurity atom is added. That process of addition is called as what? Doping. So what is the meaning of doping? It is a process in which impurity atoms are added to pure semiconductor in a control manner. Purpose is to increase the either carriers in measure and conductivity. Such a process is called as what? Doping. Purpose tha to increase the electrical conductivity. Now what impurity is added in a control manner? That impurity is called as what? The dopant. Now on the process called doping, the newly formed semiconductor is called as what? Impure semiconductor is called as what? Extrinsic semiconductor is also called as what? Dope semiconductor. So in dope semiconductor, either the free electrons are majority charge carriers or deficiency of electron called hole are the majority charge carriers. So for dope semiconductor, electrical conductivity is greater than that of pure or intrinsic semiconductor. And even at low temperature, they can conduct the electricity. Now, on the basis of impurity added, either to increase the free electrons or to increase the holes, extrinsic semiconductors are of two types. Those two types we will discuss in a next lecture. Thank you.